Wow,
Okay, y'all give me super vibes. Okay, here, do that thing first.
So for the vlog, my interest movies.
Just to get them clean, he'd be like, "Good God, what is?"
What is all this in here?
I have a question for Mr. Rocket, actually. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, then, real quick, I want to add something to that. Y'all both said something that's very key to me, and I think. Yo, what's good with y'all, man? It's the TBC Podcast, and it's John. I don't know what old head doing right now, but he about to do some bullshit. That's why had me laughing early. Fucking goofy. What's going on here? Yo. Fucking damn silly, yo. Welcome to the TBC Podcast. Your host, moderator, along with my guy, the old head one.
Old head, Uncle Mike.
Uncle Mike. Call him Uncle Mike. I'm the namesake of him. That's the crazy part. I'm not even his son, but I carry the name. What's going on, man? How you doing, man? Everyone that's watching, please remember to like, subscribe, and follow everything on Blood Approved Entertainment. Also, make sure you follow on our personals, but we'll get to that at another date, At another time, we'll get to all that good stuff. But, of course, remember to like, subscribe, and follow everything Blood Approved Entertainment. We are here. It's the TBC Podcast show. We're doing our thing. Just sitting back talking to shit. So today we got a nice, fun, exciting episode for y'all. Today we will be discussing mental health for Black people, just in our personal thing of mental health. We're going to be speaking on our personal perspectives of certain things. So what did I call it again, Mike? I called it a call to action. That's what it's called. Our call to action. So we have our call to action. And I don't know. I guess, Pastor Mike ain't here for the week. He's stepping away for the week. But, we got Deacon Rob here today. So Deacon Rob will be in later on to speak some truth and give y'all some knowledge and drop that shit on y'all one quick time. So gotta make sure I throw something else in there, about this week. This week is we're talking about football. So we are at that point for football Sunday, and some shit happened last week. Yesterday, NBA NFL championship rounds. We have Kansas City Chiefs versus the Bengals, Cincinnati Bengals. Then we had San Francisco versus LA Rams.
The Rams in San Francisco.
Yeah, the Rams in San Francisco. Yeah. So we both picked right. Both picked right. I thought that Patrick Mahomes was going to lose this game. Patrick Mahomes lost this game. Everybody knows that. So I think he lost this game for sure. Not one to necessarily blame somebody, but he has to take that blame. I know they try to blame it on the coach or trying to find something, but that's Patrick Mahomes. This was his game to lose, and I think every great person goes through these things, and they got to learn because he's been good for so long. You got to learn from your mistakes. Trying to run backwards and throw a ball ain't always going to fucking work, because if he caught the pass, then everybody be talking about how great he is. So now he got to take that. You got to take that one right now. Right in the chin. Pow, pow, pow. You know what I mean? Like, you fucked up. You fucked up big time. That's all I'm going to say. You fucked up big time, good brother. You fucked up big time. So, what you got to say about it, Mike, as far as that game?
Yep. All the running around and stuff, like a kindergarten kid in the schoolyard. Yeah, that's what happens. Every now and then, you get all these great plays from these football players and stuff like that, and they've been doing it for so long. He's been doing it for a couple of years, and all of a sudden he wants to take over the game and do it the same way. And no, man, you gotta come off of that. It don't always work like that. Really so
not when
what his actions cost the game, cost them the game.
Pretty much. I'll share your sentiments with that, definitely. So next we have we just can't talk about the Chiefs. We got to talk about Joe Burrow. That man is definitely the next coming of something.
Joe Burrow.
That's my favorite quarterback in the league right now. I don't care. I'm an Eagles guy. I'm a Colts guy, but I love Joe Burrow. He's definitely doing his fucking thing. My man is definitely balling. Like he went in there.
He dropped in like an angel.
Dropped in straight like an angel when he took over.
Yeah, but do y'all realize? Has anybody realized it yet that he looks like Macaulay Culkin off of Home Alone?
Yeah. I gotta start getting these graphics, yo.
He does.
He does look like Macaulay Culkin.
Yo, he does look like Macaulay Culkin. I'm not even bull crapping. Look at him and put the picture of Macaulay Culkin next to him. He looked just like him. I want alone. He's talking about he won the football game alone.
Not that game. Not that fucking
nah.
game. Not that game. Not that game.
Then my man came out at the end of the game with all the diamonds on his damn necklace. He had the JB. JB, he was like, no, with all the money I'm getting, no, this can't be fake. I ain't home with no fake jewelry.
Like, how do you ask somebody a disrespectful question like that? Like, oh, is that fake?
Because because a lot of guys do, football players and stuff do get jewelry that's fake. It's been custom made, but it's actually fake. They want it to look like it's expensive, but it's fake. It's already been told that they do that.
That's understandable. Like, listen,
I ain't got.
It's just like if somebody some asshole come by and try to snatch your chain or whatever, or rob you for your chain. Yeah, you can take it. All right, I don't need it. Right. Man, they be there. Then the goofy ass be like, man, all this money that this chain costs you, I'm gonna get a whole lot for this. Go take it to the pawn shop. They be like $5. What?
You're looking like
it's $5 when you take your chain and get out my door.
We know what the fuck y'all do. You know what this thing? Know this chain ain't real.
Yeah.
Be like, look.
That's what they do it for.
They be like, look, your nose is big as shit in that chain. That's not your. That's not real. No,
it's not even a real chain.
Yeah, it's not a real chain at all.
$5. Take it or leave it. Hold on, yo.
Yeah, getting the phone. Look at that. Live on the podcast. Got the phone directly next to him.
It's not even. It's
nobody important. Yeah. I understand.
It's a computer room phone. Ain't nobody on that shit.
I'm doing my due diligence right now. So, all right. So next game we got the NFC Championship game. This was a very close game. I think San Francisco was winning this game for the most part. From my understanding, they was winning the game and lost in the last couple of minutes of the game.
All
right. You say what?
I said
San Francisco and them lost that game in the last couple of minutes of it, right?
Last game, San Francisco
and LA.
Yeah. When he flipped that ball back, I don't know what the hell he was doing when he went down. He was like, how do you alligator arm your shit in reverse? Like he flipped it the way he flipped it back. It's like, yo, Mike, it was like an ant was on the ground and that motherfucker was the kicker or something. And as soon as the ball went towards the ground, the ant kicked it out his arm. And because the way he flipped it back, you never saw his hand or anything come out of there. It was like nothing underneath there. It was just the ball shooting out like a cannon. And I was like, what the hell just happened? And you see the ball flying up in the air, old boy trying to catch it and go. I was like, yo. That had to be one of the dumbest damn plays I've seen yet. Like, what was he going to get out of that? I mean, I understand the dude was there to catch it, but you flipped it up so high, he had no chance of getting it. None.
Listen,
and especially for somebody that's not expecting it, at least throw it, midway, mid-height or something like that. He just flicked it up in the air and you never seen his hand come out. I was still looking for his hand on the replay. Like, how the hell did he get it up out of there? That was crazy.
Listen, all I can
But
say is
he's sitting at home. I don't know if he's gonna have his job next year.
He probably will. I mean,
Remember
no,
this
they
flip?
talking like they're gonna get rid of him. So
Yeah. And then then what was messed up is Stephen A. Smith on First Take decided to call Kyle Shanahan a liar. He was like, I'm still sticking with my quarterback, and this man, he said Kyle Shanahan is a liar. He's lying to everyone in America.
Stephen A. ain't got no.
He has no chill.
chill.
Right at the end of it, he was like, "Yeah, I said it." I was like, "Yo,
No chill. Like
how?"
His shit is always in a gene. Like, but listen, we got our Super Bowl matchup. We both was right.
Yep.
I think Mike has
exactly called it.
Now this is where it kicks in. This is where either we can tie it or he'll take it 100%. If I say this, so
go with.
I got Joe Burrow winning the Super Bowl. Are you going with LA or are you going with Joe Burrow?
LA's defense
Nasty.
That's what I'm looking at. That's the part that I'm looking at. That front four, boy.
It's a tough Super Bowl right here.
Because Joe Burrow's the comeback guy. That's how I'm looking at it. He's a comeback artist at this point now. Now I ain't saying that always going to save you, but that's just my pick. LA might come out and just destroy them. They have very, very high-powered team. So it's like the way they've been, playing the past like 5 or 6 years since they got their coach, literally been destroying the league. Honestly, I think last year they wasn't as good. Made the playoffs last year,
but I'm going to go against you. I'm going to say LA. I'm going to say LA.
Listen, is he
going to tie it up? Or we just going to finish the season a certain way?
I'm saying LA. Yeah.
All right. We're going to go with LA. Cool. LA it is. So we'll see what happens when it's that time, Super Bowl time. So, All right. So while we on this topic, I'm not on this necessarily topic, but while we're moving on to the next topic, we just going to get right into it, get into the meat and bones of things. Gotta let old head go ahead and start it off, but we talking for mental health for Black people. That's definitely just something that we haven't done in a while. We haven't gotten to our roots, so we got to come back to our roots and what makes us different. Because this podcast is about his perspective from his generation, the things that he's seen and dealt with, and my generation, the things that I've seen and dealt with. Even though we're in the same life, but you know what I mean. So, So all right, so old head, what you got, man?
All right, I was going to get deep into it. Shoot, I might as well. All right, it's about my portion of the topic is about recognizing when you got family members or friends that are asking for help, but they're doing it silently. They're not saying anything to you. They're not talking to you about what's going on in their life or whatever. And a lot of people, we get so wrapped up in what's going on with ourselves, we don't pay attention because they give you signs. Like, you notice that what happened yesterday when the one model ended up committing suicide, jumping off the, that was crazy. That was crazy. That was really crazy. And nobody knows why. Nobody ever knows why people commit suicide, and they don't look at signs of some signs that you can look for is like when people give you things that they treasured or whatever, or something that they were really wanting to get for the longest time, and all of a sudden they just give it up to you and be like, you want this, or you can have this, and this, And when people give you things, you don't ask questions. You don't ask the right questions. Let's put it that way. People just ask, "Oh man, why are you giving this up or whatever? You've been wanting this for the longest or whatever. You know, I don't really need it or whatever and stuff like that." What do you mean? You know, you've been wanting this job for years. It could be a car, it could be a TV, it could be whatever, something expensive. Not really expensive, but it could be something that they really wanted for a long time, and you knew about this, and y'all always talked about this, and they all of a sudden give these things to you. That's one of the signs, unless you got married or something like that, and you figure you're going to give away some stuff because you don't need it because of what it may remind you of in the past and crap like that, then that's understandable. But when it's something like somebody's been single, they really haven't been in relationships or whatever like that, or they haven't really started any relationships, you have to look at that and you have to really ask them, man, or hey girl, is it something going on with you or whatever? You really got to dig in, because they'll start showing if you spent time around them a lot, you start realizing their pitch change when they talk, how they talk, how their response is. You pay attention to those things, you realize that they really need help, and they need help mentally. And it could be some stuff they haven't even talked to you about. Like they keep it secret because they're too scared to tell you, because they think you're going to tell somebody else, and word going to spread around or whatever. You don't know what people are going through. I'll give you an example. It was when I was in the military. I explained this to Mike earlier. I was in the military, and I was talking to some guys, and we got this place where we parked the trucks and stuff called the motor pool. So I'm in there and I'm walking around, getting soldiers to do whatever they need to do. And one sergeant comes up to me and he's talking and he's like, yeah, I had a soldier that almost committed suicide or whatever, like 3 times or whatever. So I'm like, wow, who? And he told me who it was. So I went to the soldier or whatever. I just walked over to him, asked him how he was, asked him how he was doing and everything, right? And the kid was like, I'm not going to say he's a kid. He was in his 20s, but I'm older than him, way older. So I'm like, what's up, man? And he started talking and everything. Hi, Sergeant Charles, I'm doing good or whatever. I said, you sure? Or whatever. And he just like, he knew I was asking him as a personal thing. He immediately knew. So he just broke down, not cry or anything, and told me what was going on. So, he had an issue with his wife and stuff like that, and his wife was leaving him for some other man or whatever, and this was going on while we were deployed. So that's messed up, right? So, and they got a kid together. So the dude was like, he was explaining everything that was going on or whatever. But the thing that I felt for him, and the thing that he explained to me that pissed me off the most was people that was in the position that I am in, that was above him, knew about it, and their response was, oh, you should have your stuff in order. Your family should, you should have known she was going to do this or whatever. How the fuck do you know how somebody is going to react later on? When you meet people, you meet them, they're nice and stuff like that, but you don't know what their mentality is. You don't know what they're trying to do or whatever, because a lot of women tend to marry military guys because they know they got all these benefits and the healthcare system and all kinds of other stuff, and they know they don't have to pay for any of that, and you get extra money and all kinds of other stuff. So it was like, it was hurtful to hear that, and like I said, it pissed me off because when you got people that you depend on to help you, and they sitting there kicking the shit out of you while you down, now you see why this kid was contemplating or trying to commit suicide. You know what I'm saying? You were assisting him doing it instead of helping him. And it goes on in military, it goes on in civilian life too. But the whole point is you just got to pay attention to what's going on. I mean, if you got to call somebody up, constantly call them up, it could be somebody you ain't talking to in your family or friends and stuff like that. Because one thing I know, if you ain't talking to somebody, if you got some grudge against them, or you not liking them anymore, you don't love them anymore because of a certain situation y'all went through, falling out or whatever.
Yeah.
You gotta realize if they go through some stuff or you go through some stuff and you lose your life or they lose their life, you take your own life, then that comes back to haunt you in the end, or them, vice versa. It comes back to haunt you because they're like, damn, I never knew all of this was going on with this person or whatever. I never took the time out to come off my high horse and be the bigger person and try to rectify whatever situation we had and mend things back together and shit, because everybody only has one life. One. And once it's gone, it's gone. That's it. You could go replace your car, you can go replace all kinds of materialistic stuff, but you cannot replace life. You cannot replace it. It's gone. That's it. There's nothing else left after that.
Right.
And then everybody, people believe in reincarnation. Yeah, it probably is reincarnation or whatever. The next thing you'll come back as a damn armadillo or a horse or something. Something you don't want to be. Walking around
What's going on,
dancing, hay and shit.
What's good, man?
So
Thanks.
I just want people to really get into, and really with our people, and just get into or get your mind into the fact that everybody's not going to live forever. Is just impossible. You're not going to live forever. Take advantage of the life that you have. Love the people you're supposed to love, and protect the people you're supposed to protect. But at the same time, pay attention to yourself. If you got something going on with yourself or whatever, speak out. Don't try to hold that shit in. Say something to a friend. Say something to your parents. Say something to your siblings, whatever. Just explain it, because if you don't get whatever you have to get out, that's what puts you in the mindset of hurting yourself, harming yourself, or harming somebody else. How they say it, idle mind is the devil's workshop. It's what it is. But that's all I have to say on it.
What's going on?
What's up, Chad?
So, to add to that, what I feel like a lot of the times when you get military men and stuff like that goes into the military life, and a lot of like when people get cheated on or certain things like that happen,
it goes on with men and women, though.
Men and women. We're talking about just military.
Yeah.
That's why I said military people.
Yeah.
I'm not just talking about one particular type. But when people are cheating, or like when you're married, we're not speaking on terms of other people's relationships and what their statuses are and anything like that. Rather, how you do things. But when you're married to a person, you're committed to that one person, and you're expected to come home to a family, and you're not coming home to a family because you're deployed. And a lot of people try to blame you for being deployed, for wanting to take care of your family, for wanting to fight for a country that's actually, like that's some people's dreams. Some people's dreams is to be in the army. And if you married a person knowing that you was in the army, that the person was in the army, that's the part right there now that's more messed up than anything, because you knew what that person's lifestyle was like. You know what I mean? You know that they weren't going to be home like that. You know what I mean? My Uncle Mike right here that's my favorite person, like one of my favorite people in the world. He wasn't here all the time because he was away. So we knew what it was like, when he came back and everybody got happy and, it was like love and all this other stuff. But, we waited, we was there. We was when he got back. But it's like some people got to deal with things in their lives that they, that just, they get blamed for, like it's not fair to blame somebody because they choose to go into the service and want to do things for their lives and change their lives. You know what I mean? Like the number one thing I try my best to stay away from is telling somebody too much stuff that I don't have experience in. That's number one. Yeah, definitely, Charles. I don't try to speak on lack of experience, no matter what book I read, no matter what, because that book or whatever it is, I can't be the smartest person in the room every single time. So it's like, what I feel like some people say, like, oh, it's cool that this happened because, this is what's supposed to happen to you or whatever. When you go away, these are the chances, these are the risks that you take on all this other stuff. Like, to say that is cool and actually experience that for yourself is one thing. You know what I mean? Like, how would you feel if that happened to you? If you were in love with a person, you deeply committed to that one person or whatever it is, and you're coming home to a shattered family because that person has moved on in their lives. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't want to wait for you no more. They didn't. It's almost like doing a jail bid, but the only thing is this is a legal bid. You know what I mean? Like one is they both legal bids, but one is like you're doing it for the benefit of your family. The other one is a punishment. You know what I mean? Like punishment or whatever you want to fucking consider that. But you know what I mean? Like that's the only thing, and that's why I feel like it isn't fair to people that are military people that hear people come around and tell them, yo, you know what I mean? It's your fault that you want to wait till the military. So, of course somebody's going to leave you, or of course this is going to happen. Like, so that's all I'm going to say about that particular thing. So, and definitely dealing with the mentality of it, being in the military yourself, dealing with, your own people that's probably treating you a certain way. Fucking white people. Our military is one of the worst places for fucking racism because that shit is heavily exists. I remember it was a story that happened years and years and years ago. A black girl you went back into the service when this happened. So she had to have been like 19 or 20 or 18, 19, 20, around there. And they blamed her death as suicide. But when they did the autopsy of her body, they found semen in her. They found parts of her body burnt.
The investigation.
She was tortured, basically.
Yeah.
She basically was tortured, and the mother and them never got a reason for what happened to her. Fucking young black girl just coming into the military was basically killed. You know what I mean? Raped, killed, everything that happened to her. And that's the shit that,
And that's the reason why. It's because they had investigations going on or whatever, and they wanted to hide it. So that the people within her unit did that because they didn't want her to, point out people and stuff like that. So they ended up doing it, and it's fucked up. It's fucked up.
It really is. It really is. And you know what I mean? I don't know what to say. That's one of the stories that bothered me for a long time, even though I couldn't do shit about it. It bothered me for a very long time that no one can find justice for this fucking woman. And like the mother and father, they talking about she committed suicide, but the mother and them, like you said, Mike, you don't know. But at the end of the day, the mother and them was like, we never, they never got no signs of their daughter ever wanting to do something like that to herself. She loves life. But like, you never know what people go through. You know what I mean?
Stuff will change it. Mm-hmm. Things will change it. Based on how you're being treated, things will change.
Right. So I want to share a story, and this is something that just recently happened. I don't know the person's people name or whatever the case is, but it's good to possibly talk on. Please, everyone, if you get a chance to listen to me say this, please take heed to what I'm saying and try to do something if this ever happens around y'all. So I was out shoveling my car, and a couple got into a fight with each other. I've had a run in with the young lady that was that the guy, her dude, basically her boyfriend or whoever he was, husband, I don't know. Whoever he was they was arguing with each other. I guess she broke something on his car. And I guess he was trying to throw out his car or something like that. I don't know. I'm just shoveling right next to him. And she's screaming to the top of her lungs, like apologizing, saying she was sorry. She didn't do it. She didn't break his window. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. And she kept saying that. And he just kept saying, you broke my fucking window. I guess they had an argument before. I don't know. But, he was mad as hell. Let's put it like that. He was mad as shit. And he he was trying to get her out of his car, and she kept like yelling and screaming. I just turned around, walked back in the house, because people who argue, that's arguing. As long as hands ain't flying, I ain't got nothing to do with this shit. So, and they was directly next to my car too. So I came back outside, and I'm like, fuck, these two still arguing. She's jumping up and down, screaming, telling me, you got your gun, I know you do. And I'm like, okay, bro, like, can't be doing this around here. Like, please, no fucking guns, no nothing. That's what I'm thinking in my head. Like, come on, man. And he's like, I don't have nothing on me. She's like, yes, you do. It's in your pocket right now. And all this other stuff. Like, and I guess I'm like, oh shit, he about to plug her. Like, this about to get real over here. Like, right? Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not in the middle, but I'm next to this shit, like, to hear it. So I'm like, fuck, like, I gotta think what the fuck to do, like, because I'm trying to get the fuck out of the house at this point. Just want to get out the house. So I hold on, the fuck, come on, YouTube. So the guy basically, like, he just like walks off or something like that. She's jumping up and down, screaming, yelling and stuff to the top of her fucking lungs. Two people 2 blocks down can hear this shit. So I'm just like, what the fuck wrong with this girl? And I already knew she had a problem. So like, it's whatever. So the cops come around. It's like 7 or 8 different cop cars come flying around the corner. They pull into the parking lot, block me in. Now I'm getting frustrated because I'm blocked in. I'm like, what the fuck you gonna block? I'm trying to get the fuck out of here. Why am I blocked in? So they come up. The guy starts walking off. He's like ready to walk in the house. He's walking around the corner. They like, stop. They tell him to stop. And he was like, why am I being stopped? Am I being arrested? They was like, no, you're not being arrested, but you're being detained because of what we were told that somebody was getting abused. So they stopped him. They detained him, I guess. You know, fuck that means, but they detained him. So he's standing there and he's like, ask her what happened or whatever the case is. And she's crying and stuff and she wouldn't say anything. And they like, are you okay? Are you okay? Mind you, now I'm outside. I'm sitting there because now my senses is heightened because I know what happened. I was right there for the whole encounter. So the cops now telling him, like, you can't leave until we done what we need to do. And I'm like, okay, this is about to be some bullshit. My guy was like, he asked her. So he asked her. She says nothing wrong or something like that. So he looked at the one cop, was like, can I leave? The cop was like, yeah, you can leave now. The other cop, who was fucking Superman at this point, just start basing at this guy, yelling at him, hold the fuck up, stay right there. Don't move. And then had his hands on his fucking gun. Ready to pull this shit out to unload on this dude now. who did nothing but just try to get away from this. Because they gave him permission to leave. Now they sitting there, hold on, and they walking over to him with his hands on his fucking gun now. I couldn't take it. I just yelled at the fucking officers. I didn't give a fuck what officers were standing right there. And I told all of them the same thing. I told them, I said, officers, he didn't do anything. I straight off said, leave that man alone. Them two are arguing right now. I've been standing here the whole entire time shoveling my car. Nothing happened. She is uncontrollably screaming because he wants her out of his car. That's all that fucking happened. I'm a witness to the situation. I'm not going to let y'all sit here and do what y'all about to do. That's exactly everything I fucking said to these cops. I'm not going to sit here and I told him, get your hands is on your gun. You have to get your hand off your gun. He didn't do nothing. If I was not there, there's a chance that they probably would have did something to that man. If I was not out there yesterday, just fucking last night, if I wasn't out there, they would have did something to that man because all he wanted to do was get the fuck away and go in the house. People don't fucking trust the cops as it is. it's not about speaking about the shit. It's not about all this extra shit, because for the most part, we can talk shit, we can say whatever, but nobody is doing a motherfucking thing, no matter if I know them, no matter who it is. Nobody doing shit. I don't give a fuck if you my friends, my family, whatever. Nobody ain't doing shit. We sit on our ass and we complain about it. But I had to see the shit myself. So just the fact that I had to see this shit, it pisses me off all the time, because I got an uncle that served in the military and that protected the country, and then you come home to motherfuckers just wanting to pull the trigger all the fucking time. Pull the trigger to kill a nigga. Like, that's all the fucking time. Now, I understand a girl was acting all crazy and uncontrollable and shit like that, but there's got to be better methods than coming around yelling and basing at people because you can. Because you signed a fucking thing on a dotted line that says you have authority to do these particular things, that does not mean that you'll stop being a fucking human. You're like, as soon as you put the uniform on, you motherfucking Superman now, and you stronger than everybody. Like, sit your goofy ass to, like, I wanted to tell me, you gotta go back to your car and go somewhere, man. Because it pissed me off the fact that you clutched your hands on your gun. That was the first fucking resort to a dude who ain't gonna do shit to you. It's like, none of you motherfuckers, what the fuck is you clutching your gun for? You that fucking scared, or you just have to, you gotta show that power. Like, it's crazy. It's like, you fight against your own fucking people. You fight against your own fucking family. You fight against your own friends. You fight against every fight. Then you fighting against authority, laws, fucking baby mamas, kids. It don't matter who the fuck it is. You're fighting against every fucking body. This is the bullshit that I had to witness firsthand. Somebody potentially almost could have got killed. This guy had to have been so scared or so frustrated, and probably don't even realize his frustration was fear, that he just walked. And then it's the crazy fucking part about the whole situation. I'm not one, y'all know how I am when it comes to men versus women and women versus men and men disrespectful towards women and some shit. But I understand sometimes why some fucking dudes get the way that they fucking get. Because her response after the cops left, literally walked right by me. Well, I'm gonna give them a reason to get locked the fuck up now.
Wow. Yep. And they,
because she was mad now. So when you have people who want to defend, we have everything that happens on our side, right? We do these things. We want things to be like, we want things to be equal. I'm gonna just say this to black people who are watching this that do more talking than actions. Do something. Stop fucking telling me about what people need to do and what this need to happen and all these cop shit and all these statistics and all these shit. Get your dumb ass or your lazy ass off your fucking ass and do something about it. Because I had to save somebody. Me getting killed. I'm tired of us as black people talking. Do something. Get the fuck up and do something. Because if you don't do shit, don't tell me shit. That's just how I fucking look at it. We sit back and we let shit like this happen because we ain't got no fucking sense neither. It's about taking care of ours, and that's it. Take care of your kid. Take care of this kid. Take care of my family, and that's it. Everybody needs fucking help, and that's just how I look at it. Every fucking body. Not just the niggas that you fucking hang with and the niggas that you know. Every fucking body need fucking help. Like, you sit back and it just, this is all the fuck that it is, really? Like, we talk more than we do things. I'm tired of smart niggas telling me shit. I'm tired of dumb niggas telling me shit. Just do something. Just fucking do something. Like, I'm a part of a fucking team who is about mental health because this is what I'm choosing to do. Y'all don't know these things, but it's coming really soon. I'm a part of something that's really trying to make something happen. But meanwhile, everybody else is sitting on their ass just watching shit fucking happen, pulling out your cameras and recording. Fuck them cameras. If you scared to get your ass in a fucking battle, don't be sitting there telling about what Dr. King and fucking John Lewis and all these other people did back in the day when they were fighting for shit, actually going out there and putting their lives on the line instead of watching it and talking about it. This does nothing. Fucking nothing. We sitting back looking stupid.
Great impression.
They're recording, but I'm still gonna kill this motherfucker, but I'm gonna record it.
It's like,
if you have people who are like-minded that was watching that happen to motherfucking the dude that died 2 years ago, what is his name? Fucking George Floyd. If people were really about that, they would have fucked them damn cops up. For real. And they just had to take the fuck. You thinking in that era when they was getting fucking attacked by dogs, getting water hosed down, whether you was black, white, or whatever, and uniting as people, like, you think they were just sitting there watching this shit happen? No, they jumped the fuck on these cops and was fucking them up.
intentionally coming across
And they
too
took
hard.
that ass whooping.
Grammarly. It took 2 minutes to set up. And
Come on, man. Nobody really doing shit. We just sit back talking. We just fucking talking. We make YouTube videos. We become popular off of it. All this shit. I got a platform that I'm talking on, but I'm out here. Like I'm out here trying to make sure talking to black dudes that I know are in a fucking hood that have the mentality that think all women ain't shit. That has just sitting there fucking, want to kill motherfuckers 24/7. Got to all types of mental attitude problems. I'm talking to these motherfuckers. Talking. I'm not sitting here. I just don't say it. Because I'm not one of these people that need to just fucking blur everything out of his mouth. I'm actually sitting there talking to these men, trying to understand them and trying to get why they are the way that they are, and then unite them and bring them into the program that we got going on with the mental health minors, like with all this shit. Think I'm sitting here trying to
sit on my ass and continue to worry about what's going to fucking happen to people? Yeah, I'm worried about what's happening to my family. I worry about every single day what is going to happen to somebody. But at the end of the day, there's more than just my family. Somebody out there in that streets could be that person that couldn't affect your family because he might do something, but you could have did something having a basic conversation with him. I don't understand shit. Like, come on, man. Just because you ain't in the best position in your life, you could be in the worst fucking position. Oh, debt, fucking, child support out of fucking whack, all types of shit, fucking, whatever. Your house is going down on, you can't pay your mortgage. That don't stop you from still being somebody inside. That's all materialistic shit. Still be you.
So it basically doesn't stop you from being a damn human. Pretty much. That's what it boils down to. Everybody on this damn planet is a human and shit. So except for, animals and stuff like that. But unless you got a half man, half animal or whatever out there somewhere, which it possibly could be, I don't know. But yeah, they really do need to take heed in this shit because that's a part of what's keeping the cycle going like it is now for black folks. It is. It's just constantly. That's one of the biggest issues that keeps the shit going. Another thing I want to put out there, and this is to all the young boys out there, if they watching or whatever, or if you had kids or whatever, when you go into a store, it doesn't matter if it's black owned, white owned, fucking Asian, Hispanic, whatever. If you go into a store, we're already labeled and you can't walk in there with hoodies on and shit. Now you got to wear a mask. So that makes it even worse if you got a hoodie on. So they're expecting you to come in the store and try to steal some shit or either rob somebody or whatever. And that's not what all black people are about. They, the stereotype of shit, put it on TV, put it on movies or whatever. Yes, it's happened. It's happened over the years for a long time. The shit's been happening, but it's not every black person that's fucking doing it. So my advice to the younger generation is when you go into the store, don't go into people's stores. And I'm not saying anything about having the hoodies on and shit like that, but don't go into people's stores and you don't say hi or good afternoon or something like that. That lets them know that you ain't coming in there to do some crazy shit. When y'all walk up in that motherfucking store and y'all just walk past and y'all don't even look at the owner of the store or whatever, you walk past, you got the damn hoodie on and shit like that. What do you think is on his damn mind when you walk right past him? It don't matter if it's a black owned store, white owned store, whatever. What do you think their perception of you is if you come in there with a hoodie on and now you got the mask on? And you're allowed to wear the mask because of this pandemic. But you walk in there, you never say anything. You never look at the man or the woman. You never acknowledge them. When you don't acknowledge people, they look at you as all right, I got to have somebody keep an eye on them or whatever. Right. So it's a stereotypical thing, but
thanks, BMT. Thank you, bro.
You keep interacting with the shit, you keep causing that action or that rift to happen, because you don't acknowledge the person whose store you just came into. And when you walking around, you could be just looking for something. And you walking around and they like, oh, they walking around too long up in here. They were about to do something. Next thing you know, he got his hand on his shotgun or whatever, just waiting for some shit to pop off. You know what I'm saying? So when you go into people's store, acknowledge that shit. Unless you really going in there to rob them motherfuckers or just steal from them or whatever, you know, good luck with that. But if you just walk in and you establish a communication, a relationship with them when you do that. So they know who you are, you know who they are. They're not looking at you like, oh shit, they get ready to come in here and steal something out of the store. You don't want to walk into everybody's store and that's the first thing they fucking think, because apparently they already have been robbed, almost robbed or whatever. People stolen shit out the store, broke the hell out the store. And those be the same ones that never acknowledge the damn, they never acknowledge who owns the store or who's working in the store or whatever.
So you saying just from your position is about respecting your community and what serves the community sometimes, like, because I know, like when Marcus wrote right here, he said something about, you know, races will be racist, a racist will racist regardless.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm not excluding that, because they gonna be assholes. You know. Those are the ones that really don't say shit to you. You speak to them, but that's the way you find out. You see what I'm saying? If you never say anything to them, you're not going to find out whether that asshole is racist or not. So don't excuse this, because I had an incident where I was working as a security guard and I used to speak to everybody all the time. That's just me. You know, they coming in and out and shit, good night or whatever, depending on what time of the day it is. Or, you know, good morning most of the time because I worked in the morning. Or, you know, and good afternoon. But I had this one lady that used to come in every day, and I spoke to her every day. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Every day I see her, never acknowledged me, never acknowledged me. I was like, damn, what's up with her or whatever and shit. So I could have got in the mind frame, well, this motherfucking bitch is prejudiced or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I could have did that, but I didn't. And I kept doing that every day. I would say good morning, just like I say good morning to everybody else. And one day she had to come down from her office, came to my desk, and told me, she said, I hear you say good morning every day. And I'm sorry that I didn't acknowledge you, but I have so much stuff going on, you know, as far as work, as far as at home. And I can't, you know, my mind is always somewhere else. So and she came down and actually talked to me about it. And we established a relationship. We was cool after that. And after that, she would always say good morning back or good afternoon. And, you know, and you can't expel that. It can't always be, you know, like Marcus said, it's you know, you can't stop people from being prejudiced, but you also got to remember that people have problems, and just because their problems don't seem big to you, it's big to them. And their thoughts is, how do I fix my problem or whatever? So they're not acknowledging anything outside of what their issues are.
Oh, you keep going.
That's it. That's it.
You done?
Shit, look. Listen, man. As a race, we gotta, you know, we just gotta continue to keep doing better and getting better and like being more active in what we preaching to ourselves. Like, we have to actually fucking get out there and do it. Like, fuck the talking. Like that shit is bullshit. Like, it really is. The talking don't mean shit. Like, I can sit here and just listen to somebody talking, just stare at you. And like, I can learn something. What the fuck is the action telling me? You know what I mean? The action telling me to sit the fuck still. Like, that's all the action is telling me to do. It ain't really telling me to do much. If you want me to do something, give me something to do. Like, that's just how I look at it. Give me something to fucking do. I don't want to sit here and be, you know, sniffing each other's balls trying to figure out what the fuck we need to be doing. Like, we both grown ass people. We know we want to live. We want some. I don't know. I can't picture myself just sitting here and not at least trying to help out in whatever way that I can. So I say that to say we have united with with our gaming series. We're going to be doing a mental health program. So mental health program, you will be able to join the Discord. When you join the Discord, it will bring you over to the mental health side. It's all being worked out right now, but it will bring you into the mental health side of things where you can have somebody to talk to. There will be a group of people we all can get together and band together to do talks and stuff like that. I do want to start working with inner city things, like especially with younger kids, because at the end of the day, once you have a conversation with them, you'll see that they want more for themselves. They just don't know what the fuck they're doing. A lot of the times, crimes happen when you think senseless crimes. What do? Well, the first thing we do is we victimize the kids because of the shit that they're doing. But a lot of these motherfuckers don't know why they're doing it. They just want to be a part of something. They see the trend, they feel the trend comes to them, it brings them in. Now they're a part of it. Now when they become a part of it, now they're doing shit. Like I had a lady tell me a kid just sat there and just was like, look, and just put his fucking gun around the corner and just fired it off.
Don't care who was doing
Now
it.
he just wanted to shoot the gun. Like that's senseless shit. That's boredom. That's shit. Like what are they doing? You know what I mean? Like I'm not necessarily one for always saying, oh, do it like how the old school was and stuff like that. But there's a reason why I had no. You'll see why I'm saying it. You'll see exactly what I'm saying. There's a reason why shit was fun for me as a child. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. I mean, we try to make it. I try to, you keep moving on in generations because things change. People change, all that shit. But we got to know that it's just being honest. If we scared to leave our kids outside, it's because, a lot of people know that the motherfucking, some crazy snatching dude is sitting around somewhere. Come on, we grew up in Southwest Philadelphia. Probably one of the most dangerous places ever. But when I was a kid, it wasn't as dangerous as it is now. I go on that block now where like somebody threw up on that fucking block. Like it looked like a motherfucker threw up on that block, and that shit just I don't even feel like home no more when I go on that block.
Not even when I come back home. It's like it's not the same. It's like
just
everything turned into
missing.
Trash. Like
right.
Houses
missing. Niggas that I knew when I was a kid looked skinny and cracked the fuck out. And I'm like, God damn. Thank you, Pam. That's all I can say. Thank you, Pam. Pam got us right the fuck up out of there. Niggas a big Pam. He got us right the fuck up out of there. And that's how I met some of the most beautiful people in my life, is by moving where we moved. Because who knows what would have happened? I probably would have fucking 6 kids right now, some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like shot up or tatted up, something up. Like something would have happened. You know what I mean? Staying around that fucking neighborhood. Because my mindset would have been all fucked up. You know what I mean? I was always a good kid. He'll tell you that. I always tell people think that the way that I am when it comes to certain things, like I'm just like, oh, you did something when you was a kid because they did something. I'm like, I ain't never been that type of person in my entire fucking life. I've always been and people don't understand that. I've always been like this. Like I've always been a family person. I've always been a caring person. I never was into dumb shit. That's why I get in trouble. What's up?
Yo, let me tell you. All right, when I was in the military, they used to always ask me where I was from. So I said, born and raised in Philadelphia or whatever. So they like, you from Philly? You smoke weed? Nah. Oh man, you can't be from Philly or whatever. I was like, what the fuck does that have to do with smoking weed? Like, and then they say you don't talk like it or whatever. I said I've been away from Philadelphia for a while. So I've been going to different countries and fucking different states, and you start picking up mixtures of everybody's shit. The last place I was at was Tennessee. So you're gonna pick up people's accent and shit like that. So it was like, that's how much stereotype shit is out there. Like, I have to smoke weed or I have to do this and that because to be from Philly? Fuck no. No. I didn't get into all that gang shit when that shit was going on big when I was growing up. It was nothing there during that time if you look at it to waste your life on it. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't do it. I just seen the road that all of them dudes was taking and shit. Motherfuckers was dying back then. I seen a couple of people get killed on the block. And it was like, do I want this shit? Fuck no. I want to live. Let me go out there and play football, basketball, and all kinds of other shit and enjoy fucking life as a kid. I ain't trying to do shit early and all kinds of other stuff because everybody that was doing all that shit, they're either no longer around or they in jail or they strung out. And that goes for a lot of people that I went to high school with. And, you know, all that trying to be cool and shit like that or whatever, it's cool. It's fine. But when you take it to the limits that they took it and their parents weren't paying attention to the shit that they were doing, which I say thank you, Carol, which is my mom.
She's the hand out that fire.
Thank you. Yeah, she used to whip our ass and everything else. And moms be complaining about it, talking about, oh, it's child abuse and this and that. Guess what? We ain't out there. We wasn't out there doing that shit because you ain't want to see Carol. Carol would fuck your ass up.
Big Carol, don't play.
No,
say that.
You ain't never catch a hook from her. Swear to God.
Hold on.
Swear to God.
Hold up.
Swear to God.
His mom and dad, right? Yo, his mom, his mom was the funniest, She had a dog, right? They had a dog named Shadow, right? This motherfucker, now, Charles, you know I ain't saying it like that. You know he was. It's just, that dog was black as shit, but that was the reason why they called him Shadow. He was a black ass dog. That motherfucker, he was scary. That motherfucker was like King Kong for me. Because I was scared as shit of Chaz's dog. Fuck that. You hear, right? His mom, one day, she snapped the fuck out on that dog. He was doing something bitching. She threw the whole fucking cabinet down and stuff. Shut up. You hear the dog. The fucking cabinet. She dropped the whole cabinet down the steps of his motherfucking dog.
She must have got tired of that shit.
She got tired of that fucking dog. You can tell she cannot stand his ass. Like, she could not stand Shadow's ass. I remember he brought that fucking dog upstairs one day. I'm sitting in his living room. Yo, I ain't never freeze so fast in my life. Nigga, I would have been on ice the way I was sitting. I was like that, like, oh, this nigga dog right here, like, fuck, this nigga about to get the biting me. I was scared as shit of that fucking dog. Whatever, Charles, you can say that shit all you want. That
ain't nothing. Because Carol was another beast. Carol was another beast. We used to come in, like, when I was on punishment or whatever, wasn't supposed to be outside, and she catch the bus or whatever, instead of the day, she usually catch the bus that came through, the 52 bus that came through our block. So she would be slick, right, and catch the 13 or the 11 trolley. And I'll be outside playing football when I knew I wasn't supposed to be out there. So I see a bus riding around the corner, like turning on 54th Street or on the 53rd and Greenway. I swear to God, I got to the door. She was standing in the door. Yeah, go on in here. Bring your ass in here, right? So, yo, when I tell you your grandmother had a stiff ass right jab, yo, she hit me, pow! And all I seen was a flash of light and this ringing in my ears. That was it, in the vestibule, right? So she caught me again. And I knew she was going to punch me, right? So I ducked. Why did Carol catch me with an uppercut? And then with the stiff right jab, I was like, no! I just thought I got away from this shit. I was like, no! Man, she caught me a couple of times like that. And if you ask her today, she'll probably be like, I don't remember doing that. I'll be like, yes, you did! Stop lying! You know,
they never remember.
Yeah, I don't remember doing that.
Listen, I don't hit my daughter. No, but I don't think anybody in this generation really hit these kids. Because my kid, she just funny as hell. I'm like, Gabby, what the fuck are you doing? She'll be like, okay, Dad. I'm like, damn. No respect for Dad, like, at all. Like, I'm just a big old softy. Like, that's all it is. Probably because I got my ass kicked. But it's like, my mom, in her words, I ain't never beat y'all that much. Man,
Shit.
like, fuck out. Like, they'll give out legendary joints. So, it is what it is. So, listen, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. We basically, hitting on something. You got something for me, Mike? What you got for me, man?
Who, what? Huh?
You know, man, I
Oh,
don't
no.
Besides your son
Screaming in the background,
that's basically about it.
So, hold on. Phrase being that much.
Yeah.
Parents, that's how it be. So, we was gonna bring in the Freak Nasty Passes, but I gotta find some music, man. I just wanna make it special.
Yeah, we can't have the music they got. He put on some music, and I swear to God, that John came from like I don't know what the hell. It was some country dude singing it or whatever.
Right.
Lord, I'll be here when you get back. I was like, what the heck is that, man? What type of music is that?
I'm like, yeah, I ain't playing that shit.
We trying to get the gospel music without the lyrics on there or whatever. So
we just need
we
some
can get
fun.
the gospel music with the lyrics or whatever, then we'll do our thing. But outside of that, it's gonna be an introduction of different characters that I got. So you're gonna see me like in the next couple of weeks changing wigs and stuff.
We're gonna work it out. We're gonna work it out.
It's gonna be crazy. It's going to be crazy.
That's all you need to know. We're gonna work this shit out, you know what I mean? It is what it is with it right now. But just for right now, I'm trying to see if I can I want to throw some clips on this shit. Like, I gotta log into the StreamYard a certain way because I can't throw goddamn clips because Apple. What's up,
Mike? Do you mind if I put out? All right, I got a chef. A chef that's supposed to be coming out. One of my characters, and he doesn't have a normal menu like your normal menu. I don't care if it's 5-star or whatever. You got menus, but some of the stuff that he has is the weirdest shit, and I'm trying to find out if anybody would try it. Like, anybody would try it. All right. So on his menu, he has this John called the main entree is supposed to be muzzled raccoon back flapjacks.
What?
With squid ink syrup. Then he got, this is for breakfast now. He got chipmunk omelets. Bacon freshly sliced from a dwarf's kneecaps. And butt milk squeezed from the laziest cow on earth. Now, would anybody try any of that shit?
Where the fuck you getting these recipes at?
I'm just trying to find out. People eat the weirdest shit in the world. Like around the world. They eat some of the weirdest shit. But would you try any of that I just mentioned? Any of it?
Try that shit just personally. Fuck no.
Look, that sounds like it'll be rough going down, boy. It's probably be even worse coming out.
I am good on that. So trying to see, man. I want to add some highlights to this shit.
Look, it's supposed to be stuff that my brother Steve would try. Like, if he went into a restaurant with his girl, it would be something that they ordered up.
Shit, Steve, never mind. I ain't talked to Bull in so fucking long. I don't even know what to say about him. So, but listen, man, we did good on the show. The show was it's set to come to an end. I wish I could throw some more stuff on there. I got to put stuff on my from the computer over here, but we'll work all that stuff out. So again, everybody, thanks for tuning in this week, man. It got real this week, but we needed to get back to that.
Yep.
On TikTok and Instagram at those things right there at the bottom. Follow me on there. I'm also on Twitch, Mike Hennessy 23. Bird Approved Gaming will be starting up really, really soon, and I will be heavy on my Twitch. So follow Bird Approved Gaming on. Make sure y'all follow Bird Approved Gaming. Everybody watching it, just go right to it. Bird Approved Gaming, and just give it a follow, like, to see all the shit that we got going on. Also, make sure that we are working with Metro Esports Gaming. That is my lady's company. Sadiqa Jones is running it with us. Well, Sadiqa Love, I can't get her full name, but she's we're partnered with Metro for the community event that is happening. We're going to be surrounded by Destiny, and I'm pissed the fuck off right now, Mike, because I don't even think you know what just happened. PlayStation, Mike.
PlayStation board.
Bungie.
Oh wow. How did that happen?
I don't know.
He said your hair looking extra drippy this week.
No, I ain't spray it. Wait until the future ones come out, though. Wait until the future ones come out, man. I got something
probably be fire.
Going shopping.
But yeah,
it's about to get wild up in there.
Yeah, Marcus, man, you gotta come on an episode, man. Just come have some fun, talk some shit. But PlayStation bought Bungie, so that basically buys Destiny. And I'm sitting here looking with the slapped ass face, like, what the fuck is going on with these game systems? Like, y'all just want to just like fighting each other. Everybody else under y'all that is paying for this product is sitting here like, what the fuck? I don't give a fuck about Activision. I really don't care. I'm not a fan of that shit. Like,
I'm not buying. Like, if it's me, I'm not selling to one fucking. I just couldn't do it. It's too many platforms out here to make money off of to sell it to one. I just couldn't do it. Because imagine if Halo wasn't just on Xbox and it was on fucking PlayStation and all these other. You know how much money they would be making off of that shit compared to you selling it to whatever company and shit. That's crazy. I'd be like, nope.
Listen,
I would put it out on all platforms. Yeah.
Right.
They want that quick pay.
The lineup. Right. Make sure that y'all watch Bay Chan After Dark tomorrow. It's gonna be all women. I will not be on there. It'll be all women tomorrow. So we would definitely this is a Game Pass Metaverse move. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's for both of them for the most part.
Yeah.
They trying to, definitely get into it. So I'm worrying about the workers though, marriage be body. Yeah, basically. It's not always fun. But make sure that y'all watch Bay Chan After Dark tomorrow at 7 p.m. The ladies, all ladies night. They're gonna have some fun this week, so definitely looking forward to that. All the shows that will be airing this week. Make sure that y'all check the Now podcast. Make sure that y'all watching the Friday night or Wednesday night fights where they talk anime versus. I don't know if it's game versus, but it's a versus match. Thursdays we have our fuck is it called? I'm sorry. We have our I got the damn picture of the damn lineup. I'm just gonna put it up there. I ain't gonna be sitting here trying to sound all dumb and shit.
Somebody's out there talking about this motherfucker say I'm retarded. He ain't got his shit together yet.
Y'all want to see it? Yeah, right. Y'all want to see the lineup? That's the lineup right there. That's us right there in the beginning. We start off the week. Then we have Bay Chan After Dark at 7 on Tuesdays. Wednesdays we have Wednesday night fights. Thursdays, what it sound like? That's what I was trying to say. On Thursdays. Fridays we have the Lady J and Crystal Dominique podcast. Lie to Yourself, Not to Me. Check them out on Friday. And then you have the Then and Now podcast that is on Sundays. So definitely check them out on Sundays at 5:30. This is our lineup right here. So let's get it. Like I said, once again, it's Mike in the seat. It's the old head. We out this bitch.
Yep. Peace.
You know what I mean?
What the
leave just like that, yo.
Oh shit. Oh man. Oh my god.
I'm quitting this bitch.